Hello, everyone. Happy Juneteenth. Okay, happy Juneteenth. Happy Thursday. All of the things. Can you guys see me and hear me? I'm literally on 10 right now. Hi, how are you? If you guys can see or hear me, let me know as we get started on tonight's Q&A session. Let me make sure my post went through for YouTube, not YouTube, Instagram. Okay. Awesome. We are good. All right, let's see. Can you guys see me and hear me okay? If you can see me or hear me, put a 1 in the chat. Let me know if we're good. Hi. Sophia, India, Aurora, Yola, Carolyn, Yola, another Tanya. Hey, girl. Okay, guys. Awesome. You guys can hear me. Awesome. So here's the thing. I am like, it's been a very long day. So we are only going to be live for like 45 minutes. Like I'm probably going to hop off around like 7:45. So we're going to like cut straight to the questions. You guys know I normally do like, where you guys at? Hey guys, where you guys at? What state, what country, all that good stuff. And feel free to put that in there. Like Tanya is from Orlando, we love that. But let's go ahead and get straight into it. So yeah, any questions, hair care, skin care. Well, not really skincare, but we do touch on skincare, but hair care, scalp care. Let's talk about it. My hair is looking absolutely crazy right now. It is I shouldn't say it's an old braid out because I did it last night, but it was so hot today here in North Carolina. So this is like the result of like a summer frizzed out braid out. It's giving that, but hey, we're here. But yeah, let's see. Any questions so far? I know once we get going, it gets going. So I'm gonna pause for a second and read some of the comments while you guys get your questions going, because I want to know, like, how has this past week been for you when when it has come to like your hair, like any frustrations, tell me all the things. Like, let's talk. All right, Sophia says, Tanya, today your look and hair reminds me of Shaka Khan. It kind of does. I guess, yep. It's giving that. It's definitely giving that for sure. Yeah. And it's like I said earlier, it was so hot earlier and it was just like super humid, and it's just like, so I'm like, I was gonna like try to rebraid it for the live, or like, actually no, I wasn't, or try to like pin it down or put it in like a bun, but what's the point? It is what it is. We're good. So yeah. So okay, Rhonda has the first. Actually, someone else had a first question earlier. Okay. Oh, okay. Yola actually had the very first question. And if I look tired, it's because I actually am. It's been a very long day, but we're here. Okay. Yola says, what to do when hair stops growing after menopause? I've experienced a growth spurt perimenopause and for a while after. Food/hair products. Any suggestions? Absolutely. So you guys know I am like a huge fan of like low carb and anti-inflammatory foods. I think that is going to be a great way to kind of get your body the kind of like reset your system in a sense, and get the nutrients that your body needs. So as far as food suggestions go, Yola, I would say check out the post I posted on Instagram this week. It was actually last week. It was like foods that I recommend for like for Black women in regards to like hair growth. Here it is. You can see it here. So follow me on Instagram, curly.chemistry, Yola, and you'll see the post. And I have like different things like sweet potatoes and salmon, like a bunch of different things that are designed to not only help your body, but also feed your hair as well. So definitely check out that post. And I'm going to talk more about that soon because our diet matters, as you guys know. Now, as far as like product suggestions and whatnot, the first thing I would say is for anyone who's like in that menopausal stage, especially if you're like over 40, you really want to minimize any type of styles that's going to cause tension. I was speaking to a lady today at an event that I spoke at here in North Carolina, and she was experiencing thinning edges, and she was telling me how like she does like a lot of protective styling, and just kind of looking at her braids, I could tell that, you know, that it was causing some tension. And I personally feel like after 40, you have to be very mindful of the styles that you choose, because your follicles do get weaker and they can't withstand the tension of braids, for example. So you may want to switch up your styles, be mindful of that. As far as products go, I mean, just once again, have a good regimen for sure. And then I would even say, like as far as like products go, you know, get a good like hair growth oil that can be, believe it or not, wild growth oil. People are going crazy over the sacred edge drops, for example. I like Creole Essence, castor oil with peppermint and rosemary. Definitely get my hydrating herbal hair tea rinse. It's a great scalp treatment for your wash day. So you have a few suggestions there, but the biggest thing I would say is just an anti-inflammatory diet. Be mindful of your styles, and, you know, be mindful of like different products that you're using, and check out those oils I just mentioned. And scalp massages too are a great way to reactivate the follicles. Whew, girl, that was a lot. Okay, next question. Let's see. What is good for anti-thinning due to menopause? So I just kind of answered that question, Rhonda, but even more so, well, now that you've mentioned it even more, is it Nutrafol? I think Nutrafol. Yeah, Nutrafol has a supplement that is pretty much designed for women who are going through menopause. I would check that supplement out for sure, because not only does it have like your basic nutrients like your vitamin, your B12, your D, your A, and your E and whatnot, and your zinc and magnesium, but they also have different types of herbs in there that are designed to help balance the hormones so that your hair can also start thriving and growing even in that menopause stage. So I would say check out the Nutrafol vitamins. They have a lot of good data backing their supplements, so I would definitely check them out for sure. What is a 50-50 moisture protein mix shampoo that's affordable? A 50-50 moisture protein. I haven't even come across that, Tanya, to be honest with you. The only thing that does come to my mind is I know Apogee does have like a moisturizing shampoo with a little bit of protein in there, just enough, you know, so your hair doesn't become too brittle from like too much protein. But I would check out the Apogee moisturizing shampoo. I would also check out the K18, that bonding, the bonding peptide company. They also have an amazing shampoo. It's the peptide prep shampoo. I think that'd be really, really good, especially in regards to especially in regards to like that hydration and getting like a little bit of that protein in there as well. But as far as like a 50-50, I haven't seen that. I haven't come across that. A lot of times it'll be, to be honest, a lot of times it'll be either more on the protein side or more on the moisture side, but I haven't seen like a balancing one. But the Apogee one, I think would be a good option for sure. Okay, let's see. Next question. What are signs of mild scalp dermatitis? And if so, what are good shampoos that are good for your scalp, but also not drying for your hair? Great question. So a lot of times some signs would be like tenderness to the scalp. If you notice any like irritation or redness to the scalp, like that would be like a really telltale sign of mild scalp dermatitis. Inflammation for sure. As far as shampoos go, I would check out the Atlanta Hair Doctor shampoo and conditioner. Her shampoo alone, I want to say there is menthol in there and a few other amazing herbal ingredients too. So I would check out that shampoo. And I like her shampoo a lot because she has created it so that it does help women who are dealing with scalp issues like seborrheic dermatitis, alopecia, for example. So I think that would be a great option to check out for sure. So yeah, Atlanta Hair Doctor. I think it's AtlantaHairDoctor.com, but just type in Atlanta Hair Doctor shampoo in Google and it'll pop up. All right. You are so welcome, Tanya. All right, so we answered fan. What do you think? What do you think of those hair wands that use gas? I have not seen that. You got me there, HB. I have not seen a hair wand that uses gas. You may have to give me some more information around that. I'm still trying to figure out how to deal with my fine type 4 hair. Any tips? Yes. So if you have fine type 4 hair, when you say you're trying to figure out how to deal with it, like, are you referring to like how to strengthen it, how to stop breakage, how to promote lymph retention? Like, I need more details, sis. I need more details. So if you can like write some more in the chat, and I'll try to look for it as I go through the different questions. But kind of give me some more details on what you're trying to achieve. If it's thicker hair, then that's a little bit different than what I would advise for like drier, you know, or you're trying to overcome dry hair. So just kind of be a little more specific and let me know. Can you explain what cholesterol hair treatments do? Yeah, so basically they're designed to like pretty much restore the hair, add a little bit of strength to the hair. They also help to soften the hair as well and protect the hair. I know the brand, what is it called? The Queen Haleen brand from like the 80s. That's a really classic cholesterol treatment. I think it's still in stores as well, but that's pretty much like the main benefits of cholesterol. I think that would be a good treatment, especially like before doing like, I wouldn't say a heat service, but just kind of like almost like a pick me up for the hair. I would definitely do a cholesterol treatment. Now, does it replace like a hardcore Apogee protein treatment? No, in my opinion, it does not. If I had heat damage, I would not use a cholesterol treatment. In my opinion, it's not strong enough. I would go for an Apogee or a K18 or Olaplex. You know what I'm saying? But for like mild, light strengthening, mild, light, you know, moisture strengthening, then I would do a cholesterol treatment for sure. And use it with heat too. I find that cholesterol treatments perform better when you have like steam or some type of heat going on. I think that'd be really good. Brenda says, how do you use a 0.5 dermaroller? Is that what you meant, Brenda? The dermaroller? So I mean, to me, dermarollers are pretty self-explanatory. Like you're literally just figuring out like what, so, okay, I'll say this. Figure out the target area that you're trying to target, right? So if it's your crown or maybe it's your edges, like decide like what area are you targeting, right? The first thing I would do too is pick a serum. A lot of people use copper peptides with derma rolling because copper peptides help to reactivate the hair matrix, pretty much activate the hair growth phase. And they pair that with derma rolling. There's a product I recommend in my Amazon store. I can't remember it, but it's under advanced hair growth treatments below in my Amazon store. You'll see it there. But I would use some type of serum first, like apply it to like your edges, and then use the derma roller and just lightly roll it over that target area. I would say maybe like 3 or 5 minutes, nothing crazy. And you can do this like once a night. That sounds weird, once a night. On a nightly basis, or you can use it once every other night. But I think that'd be really helpful. But the consistency is going to be key when you are using a derma roller. So just kind of keep that in mind. Okay. And thank you guys for like bearing with me. For those who just joined, I was saying earlier how I'm literally like on 1% right now because it's been such a long day. Like I had a speaking event earlier, and then I was co-babysitting my niece. So yeah, my hair represents how I feel right now. But we're here. Like I said, I'm probably going to be on only for like 45 minutes. So I'm probably going to hop off around 7:50, 7:45. So I'm going to try to get to as many questions as possible, but I appreciate you guys being here. Okay, back to these questions. Your hair is so pretty. You're welcome. Thank you, y'all. I appreciate you. Can inflammation in the body affect hair growth? Absolutely, M. Peterson. Yes, inflammation in the body can absolutely affect hair growth. And a lot of times, like inflammation will target the hair follicles first. In most cases, not all the time, but in most cases. So basically what it does is it disrupts the hair growth cycle. So you have your anagen phase, which is your active hair growth phase. You have your catagen phase, which is your resting phase. And then you have your telogen phase, which is like your shedding phase, right? That's what you see in the comb. The hairs in the comb, that's hair that just exited the scalp because it was just in the telogen phase, right? But inflammation will shorten your active hair growth phase, that anagen phase. So it does disrupt the hair growth cycle significantly. And that's why I've been saying a lot lately about cutting out, not cutting out carbs completely, but avoid having a high carb diet, because research shows that having a high carb diet can absolutely lead to inflammation in the body. And a lot of other issues that can disrupt your hormones within your body as well, which can ultimately disrupt your hair growth too, you know? So to answer your question, M. Peterson, yes, I guess I gotta stop saying abso-freaking-lutely, but absolutely. And I want to talk more about this very soon. I have something new coming up. I haven't really announced it yet, but stay tuned because I really want to have like a dedicated space focusing on hair care and healthcare. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. Hey, Chicago. Okay. Hey, Lynn. Lynn says, hi, Tanya. I love your hair. Do you have a new hair regimen? If you do, what is your new hair regimen? Do you have an updated wash day or is it the same? I started using the Apogee leave-in. Oh, I love that. I absolutely love it. And scalp serum. I was seeing what else I could be using since you give amazing advice and very good suggestions. Thank you, Lynn. Okay, so has my hair regimen changed? Honestly, no, it has not changed at all. So here's what I do. And I feel like I probably should make a video on this because I haven't even talked about this very often. So yes, thank you guys for liking. If this has been helpful, thank you guys for liking this video. I need to get some moderators because I be forgetting like all the things to say because I just be trying to answer the questions. So, but thank you guys for liking this video if it has been helpful for you. What was I saying? My regimen. I need to make a video dedicated to my regimen and what I do. So I wash my hair once a week religiously. If I miss a day or a week, I just try to restart, you know, but ideally my wash day is once a week. I pre-poo, I shampoo my hair. Depending on how my scalp feels, I use my hair tea rinse. I condition, leave-in, and then I use my Repair. I blow out my hair using the Repair because that way helps me to reduce heat damage. Or actually, I don't get heat damage at all when I use the Repair, and I use that thing 4 times a month. Okay, so there's that. But that's my wash day. I try to keep it as simple as possible, like legit. Pre-poo, shampoo, some type of treatment like my hair tea rinse, condition, leave-in conditioner, blow dry, and I'll put my hair in like 2 plaits. Or what I did last night before the frizz and the humidity got to me today. I had 2 braids here, 2 braids here, unraveled and had a beautiful braid out, but clearly it's just like the young lady said, it's Shaka Khaning right now, but we're fine, okay? But once a week, I wash my hair. I do protein. I do a lightweight protein treatment once a month because our hair is made up of protein. And a lot of times how we deal with it, how we comb it, how we brush it, the sun, the environment sometimes can, I don't want to say take the protein from our hair, but it can diminish the protein from our hair. So I look at lightweight protein treatments as putting that extra, replenishing the core, the protein back into my hair. So I do that once a month. Every 2 days, I moisturize and seal my hair religiously. Because if I don't do it, I will feel it. When I say feel it, meaning like my hair will be breaking off. My hair will be dry. It will look crazy. So I have to keep up with my moisture cycle. And for me, that's once every 2 days. And that's it, y'all. That's it. That's all I do. I keep it very simple. But I'm going to do a more in-depth video about like my hair care regimen, but that's pretty much what I do. I think what has helped my hair the most is being consistent, making sure I'm on top of my vitamins, which I've been kind of, not very good at recently. So I'm putting myself out there to hold myself accountable, but being on my vitamins, taking my supplements have been really helpful for my hair as well, because it's not just about the external products, it's about what we put into our bodies as well, But that's my regimen. That's what I do. I keep it simple, but more to come on that because I want to make a dedicated video on that too. Thank you for asking. Okay, let's see. I might start doing rapid fire because I feel like time is going by really, really fast. Is shea butter too thick for using on your edges or your scalp? I would say uh, I want to say yes, but I want to say no. But here's my thing, because some people do use shea butter on their scalp. I don't really recommend it. I recommend oils and serums and hair grease on the scalp. And now hair grease, it depends on the person's scalp, because not everyone can handle hair grease on their scalp. Shea butter is okay on the scalp. I would prefer shea butter on the hair. I prefer shea butter as a sealant versus on the scalp or the edges. And here's another thing too, if you're not keeping up with your wash days, having that butter on your scalp for a prolonged time can absolutely clog your follicles, leading to folliculitis, which can then disrupt your hair growth cycle. So if you are going to use butters on your scalp, just make sure that you have a weekly wash day like me, where you're washing your hair once a day. So that's something I would recommend for sure. Does drinking alcoholic beverages dry out our scalp? Is this a myth? That's a good question. I think it depends on how much you drink. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think like if you drink like a lot, I can absolutely see that affecting your skin, your hair, your scalp for sure. But if you're just like a casual social drinker, that's not gonna, affect your hair or your scalp. Thank you, girl. Thank you, Amber Bug. Tina, it's your first time catching me live. Thank you. I'm so glad you're here. Normally, Tina, I'm more alert. I'm a little dazed out right now, but we're good. But thank you for being here. I'm glad your first time is here. What do you think of the Chebe powder? What is the best way to use it for maximum benefit? So the Chebe powder, I think I personally have not seen a lot of research on it. I've talked about this before. I can see it as a sealant if they mix it in a butter. I can see it as a great way to lock in moisture for sure. But as far as like activating the hair growth cycle, inducing vasodilation, improving circulation, those are the things that actually support and promote hair growth. I don't really see that powder doing that. But when it's mixed into a butter or it's infused into an oil, I can see it being beneficial in the space of, providing certain minerals to the hair. And like I said, even helping to promote length retention and even reducing breakage as well. But just make sure that your first layer on your hair is a water-based product. I think women right now are putting the Chebe powder, or excuse me, the Chebe butter directly on the hair, and they're probably not seeing the results that they're looking for, because once again, if it's just a butter, it's not really giving your hair hydration. You need a water-based product first, and then follow it up with that Chebe butter, but that's how I see it. I'll still look out for more data or research if any ever comes out about it. But I haven't seen any as of now in regards to like it supporting hair growth. But that's just my thoughts. This is my thoughts. What's the best way to use a handheld steamer? Shampoo, conditioner, and then steam? Great question. Yeah, so if you're going to use a handheld steamer, yes, shampoo, absolutely. And then when you have a conditioner on your hair, just use the steamer. Be careful that it's not too close to your scalp. Be mindful of that because you want to burn your scalp. But whatever product, whether it's a conditioner or deep conditioner, just use your steamer and just kind of take your time in different sections so that the hair can thoroughly be steamed. But that's how I would do that. And that's a great way to like really help reduce breakage and get extra hydration to the hair. Aussie Products Cantu leave-in conditioner. Aussie is great. I really like the Aussie Moist Miracle Curls leave-in conditioner. That's like one of the first leave-in conditioners I ever used, being natural and relaxed too. And I really, really love it. So I used to use the Cantu leave-in, but my hair just kind of stopped liking it after a while, so I don't use it anymore. But if your hair is responding well to it, then stick with it. But definitely check out the Aussie Moist Miracle Curls leave-in conditioner. That stuff is so good, so hydrating. The slip is amazing, and it is a leave-in conditioner, but you can also use it as a moisturizer as well. So yeah, definitely check that out. Everyone's saying my hair looks good. Really? I need to wear more like this now. I think it looks crazy. But if y'all like it, I love it. Love it. Okay. Where was I? Tanya, your nails are like cat claws. They could scratch my eyes out, but because you are sweet, you will massage my head instead. That is funny, Sophia. Thank you for being here, by the way. I always see you in my lives, and I appreciate your support and being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My nails have been growing so crazy. I went to the nail salon I went this past week, and the guy was like, "Are these your real nails?" I'm like, "Yeah, these are my real nails." He was like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, "Yeah, my nails." Now, what has helped me get to these? Because my nails, and that's the thing, and that's how I know. I'm sorry, I'm kind of sidetracking, but bear with me. That's how I know I've been off my vitamin kick, because they're starting to like break a little bit if I'm not careful. But when I was taking protein and my B complex, so I take the pure. I take the pure encapsulated B complex supplement. So good. And I also take 8 milligrams of biotin. And I take protein, like a protein shake. The protein I use, I should have brought it with me, gosh darn it, but I don't have it. It's fine. It's by a brand called Isopure, Isopure. Get the Dutch chocolate. That one is so good. I don't know about the vanilla, but the Dutch chocolate protein is so good. That combination alone has been growing my nails like, as she said, cat claws. But yeah, I think, yeah, it's doing what it needs to do. Okay, back to the questions. All right, I'm getting silly. When I get tired, I get silly, which is so horrible. But thank you guys for being here. All right, let's see. What is going on when your scalp is so dry that it becomes tender? Is there a solution? Yes, Lori, great question. So if your scalp is dry, right, it's itchy, right? It's flaky. A lot of times the itchiness can lead to the tenderness because you're itching it, right? And it's kind of making the skin a little bit irritated. So here's what I would do. If you have an itchy scalp, or excuse me, a dry, itchy scalp, number one, get you a hydrating shampoo, sis. Your core shampoo should be a hydrating shampoo. I love this color. This is so cute. I'm sorry. I love a good like pinky nude. You watch my videos, I always have a pinky nude color. Okay, focus, Tanya. Hydrating shampoo should be your core shampoo. As I Am, Long and Luxe shampoo, bomb. Okay. Care, that's a classic. Care, detangling shampoo, bomb. Okay. Carol's Daughter Wash Day Delight shampoo, bomb. Okay. K18 Peptide Prep Charcoal Shampoo, also bomb. So pick one of those four as your hydrating shampoo. I want to put you on a regimen, sis, Lori, to have your wash days once a week, like me, because your scalp may need that extra attention. It may need that extra hydration from that hydrating shampoo. So that's your wash day. Your core shampoo is a hydrating shampoo, right? In between your wash days, don't forget about your scalp. You want to use a hydrating scalp serum, okay? You can use Pattern Beauty scalp serum, Pacifica Rose, it's called Pacifica Scalp Love Serum. Those two will be my top two. If I had to choose only one, I'm probably going to go with the Pacifica one because there's aloe. I love aloe. I'm an aloe girl. There's aloe in there. There's peppermint. It's a lot of nourishing ingredients in there. I would use that like, let's say your wash day is on a Sunday. Use a scalp serum on a Tuesday. And then on a Thursday. If you stick with this regimen for the next 2 weeks, you are going to notice a difference. If you want to take it up a notch, increase your water intake. You may see a difference after 1 week. So that's all it really is. It's just giving your hair that hydration that it needs. Now, if you find that with the serum, you know, like, okay, I just use the serum, but my scalp is still dry after, 2 hours, then treat your scalp like you would your hair. Moisturize and seal. That serum is your moisturizer for your scalp. Put a little bit of sweet almond oil or jojoba oil just on the balls of your fingers and massage that on top of the serum. So serum first, and then lightweight oil to lock in that moisture on your scalp. That's going to prolong the moisture to stay within the skin. I always get them mixed up. The epidermis, is it the dermis or epidermis? I think the dermis is down and the epidermis is top. I think so. Yeah. If I'm wrong, I'll come back and correct myself. But yeah, so, but that would be how I would do that, sis. So wash day, hydrating shampoo once a week, and then every other day use a scalp serum and lock in with moisture. Keep me posted. I think it's going to be good. Okay, let's see. All right, answered that. It is about to thunderstorm. Oh my goodness. I was told to avoid even demi color until strands get stronger. But is cover up sprays just as dangerous due to chemicals? So cover up sprays are a little bit different than like your demi color. I look at it as pigment, now, as you guys know, being a part of the color chemistry community, everything is a chemical, right? So we can't escape, chemistry itself. But the cover-up spray would be a little more gentle for sure versus demi-color. So I do agree with whoever told you that to make sure your hair is stronger before your next coloring treatment for sure. But in the meantime, using a cover-up spray is completely fine. So I do recommend that. I'm experiencing thinning, especially in the crown. I changed my HPB med to one that wouldn't affect my hair. I am vegan-ish, more vegan than not, but not 100%. Help, please, what to do. So experiencing thinning, especially in the crown. So some medications can, I'm trying to think last time I read, sometimes they can like constrict the blood vessels a little bit and prevent the nutrients from fully getting to the follicle or the dermal papilla, the bulb of the hair. So that can lead to thinning of the hair for sure, especially if there is some level of constriction going on of the blood vessels, right? So what I would do in your case, especially since you switched up your meds already, I mean, you can consult with your doctor, but what I would do is I would focus on topical treatments. Like I would tackle hair growth externally at this point. Still take your supplements, still have a good diet, still take your multivitamin, all that good stuff, your omega-3s, which is going to help to nourish your scalp. I would still do that if you aren't already. But in the meantime, I would tackle it externally. I would look for oils that have like how can I say it? Like oils that support blood flow. So we're talking peppermint, we're talking lavender, we're talking rosemary, for example. I mentioned earlier about the Creole Essence brand. They have a castor oil mixed with peppermint and rosemary. I would take a little bit of that and massage that on the crown. You can do this, on a nightly basis. A little bit goes a long way, but that's how I would tackle that, because the medication that you're on, I mean, it sounds like you have to take that, right? You have to take it. So that's what I'm saying. You want to tackle it from the external point of view, from a topical point of view. So I think that'd be really helpful. So taking that oil with the massages, 5-minute massages on a nightly basis, I think that'd be really helpful. But once again, make sure you're taking your supplements as well. That's going to be the biggest thing too. For anyone, because you want to help your body as much as possible to get what it needs to do what it needs to do, such as activating hair growth, supporting hair growth. And if your body is lacking these things, you're not going to see the growth that your body can give you, but hopefully that helps. But that's what I would do if I were in your shoes, sis. Okay, let's see. Any recommendations for Prepoo? Coconut oil, my favorite, babasu oil, or murmuril butter? Very thankful for the content you provide for the last, has it been 12 years? Oh my gosh. Wow. I am recently new to your channel. Welcome, Jasmine. And I've started using the rose water. I'm looking for recommendations on the best aloe vera water. Yeah. Lily of the Desert is one of my favorites, but there's another one. Can you guys hear that? It's thundering outside. Lord, please let me not lose any power. I'm going to tell you right now, because Lily of the Desert is good, but then, okay, George's 100% aloe vera juice. You can get it on Amazon. That is a great aloe vera juice. It's super fresh. It doesn't go bad. I'm sure they have preserved it some way. But something like that you can use as like a liquid hydrator on your hair and your skin as well, and your scalp. So the George's aloe vera juice, I would highly recommend that. And I think I do have it below in my Amazon storefront. Should I apply oil to the scalp when hair is dry or damp? Oil to the scalp when the hair is dry or damp. You can. Once again, it just depends on what your goals are. Like last night, I applied an oil to my scalp because I'm growing my hair right now, so I'm going to apply that to my scalp. If my scalp was dry, then I'm going to go for a serum, for example. So it just depends on your hair goals. If hair growth is the goal, then I would apply some level of an oil with essential oils within it. So yeah, great question. All right, let's see. We talked about menopause already and thinning. You have discussed this, but I recently brought your tea. Thank you, Sharon. Can you spray it on your hair every day? Absolutely. Absolutely. You can use it as a liquid hydrating curl refresher spritz. So yes, absolutely. Great question. Oh boy, hold on. Hold on 1 second. Oh, I lost where I was. Dang it. Okay, what gel would you recommend for twisting your hair that does not keep your hair sticky or flakes? For twisting your hair. Okay, I'll give you two options. The first thing I would say, okay, I would say use gel first and then use a mousse. So gel, then mousse. The gel I've been using for a while is the Aunt Jackie's Curl Elongating Gel. And then you can follow that up with a mousse. I like the Dew. I think it's a Chief Rocka mousse I've been using lately. I do like that. So I will use that as a combination. Or if you want more of like a creamier gel, that's not like a clear gel, more like a creamy moisturizing gel. The Dew Honey Dip gel is really good. And I would pair that with one of their mousses. Another good mousse is Lotta Body. I think it's like their Lotta Body Shea Butter Mousse or something like that. But I think that would be a great combination. So that's what I recommend for twisting your hair. And I like the combination of gel and mousse because I feel like the style is just so much better. And it also creates like a film on the hair so that if it is humid outside, your hair doesn't become frizzy as easy. So that's what I would do. I would do those two combinations for sure. The lipstick I'm wearing is MAC Sweet Deal. That's the name, Sweet Deal by MAC. Is scalp serum and oil in the same week okay? Yes, that's fine. That's fine. Once again, it's either or. Well, I wouldn't say either or. It's and / or. So the scalp serum is great for those who have a dry, itchy scalp. But if you find that after using a scalp serum, like an hour or two later, your scalp still feels dry, you may need to lock in that moisture with a lightweight oil. So that's when it becomes like a combination depending on your scalp. I would first try the scalp serum first if you have a dry scalp. I would try that first. And if you notice that it's still not doing what it needs to do, then try pairing it with a lightweight oil like sweet almond or jojoba or even rapeseed oil, which is even lighter. So that's what I would recommend. Is high growth fatigue real? If so, how can it be prevented? Absolutely. So high growth fatigue is literally when your hair experiences moisture overload, and it can actually damage the cuticle, create cracks along the cuticle, leading to moisture loss. So how do you prevent it? Prepoo. Prepooing your hair, in my opinion, is the best way to prevent high growth fatigue. Coconut oil on like how my hair is dry right now before I like take a shower or something like that. Coconut oil in sections, leaving it on for maybe like 20 or 30 minutes. That will allow your hair to soak up all of that wonderful, nourishing oil. So when you do get in the shower to shampoo your hair doesn't absorb excessive amounts of water, leading to high growth fatigue. So it's a real thing. Yeah, especially for those who have like high porosity hair. That's why I always tell people, if you have high porosity hair, you need to be pre-pooing your hair. It is a game changer, like seriously. And I almost believe that pre-pooing high porosity hair can change your porosity. I had a client a few weeks ago tell me that she feels like her porosity is changing to low because she's been pre-pooing and her hair is able to retain more moisture. So I think it's worth trying out for sure. So yeah. All right, what time is it? Okay, let's do 10 more minutes and then I'm gonna hop off. Are there any devices, scalp massagers, LED light, that wand comb? Do any of them enhance growth? Yeah, so a scalp massager will absolutely help to enhance growth because so I'll say this, a scalp that is not massaged or stimulated will become stagnant. So I always say the lack of blood flow, there will be a lack of hair growth. So with scalp massages, they help to stimulate the blood flow to the hair follicle. So when you have that blood flow, number one, you are giving your hair the energy that it needs to grow. So that's why I'm a huge fan of scalp massages. Absolutely. Now, do you have to massage your scalp for 2 hours? No, you ain't gotta do that. Okay. 5 minutes will suffice. As far as like the red light therapy, that's also a great way to grow your hair, especially if you have like thinning at the crown for sure, because red light therapy actually activates dormant hair follicles. So I think they're all great options. I know a lot of people will pair dermarolling with red light therapy to get great results as well. But once again, it depends on what you're trying to do. My mom, for example, she's 62, so her hair is thinning, at the crown. However, she's been doing a lot of like red light therapy. She's been doing the scalp massaging, she's been doing like the hair growth oil, pairing it with the scalp massaging, with the red light therapy. And I can see her hair is starting to grow back thicker. So sometimes you have to pair these things to get the maximum amount of results. So yeah, hopefully that helps. Hi, Gillian. Jillian. You let me know last time. It's not Gillian, it's Jillian. My day is great. I am so exhausted, but we're here for the next 5 or 10 minutes. Let's see. I'm trying to make sure I don't answer any repeat questions because I tend to do that sometimes. Would you say African black soap dissolved rose water? Wait, African black soap dissolved in rose water is moisturizing as a DIY shampoo? I think that's worth checking out for sure. But I would do you one better. I would do rose water, aloe vera juice, glycerin, and the African black soap. If I was doing a DIY shampoo, that would be my mix. Because let's be honest, African black soap is super drying. It'll clarify. African black soap is a full-on clarifier for the hair and the scalp. It's drying. I used African black soap one time and I said, no more. But what you're doing, Aurora Edwards, about dissolving it in rose water, that will help to improve the moisturization. But like I said, add glycerin to it and add some aloe vera juice, and you have a really good moisturizing shampoo at home. Yeah. So keep me posted. Let me know how that works. Because, you know, you may want to sell it one day. Or you may need someone to help you get the formula together. And if you do, you know where to find me. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's go. Let's do a few more because I am sleepy and I am on 5%. I had 10%. Now we're on 5% left over. Let's see. Any recommendations on purple shampoo to brighten grays? I do not, Stacy. Unfortunately, do not have any recommendations in that space. But I always tell people, you know, YouTube is your best friend. So I would look for other YouTubers and what they're using, what they're recommending. Check out the reviews, and then try it to see how your hair responds. Please, how can I keep my scalp clean between washes? I use grease. Elizabeth, how often do you wash your hair, sis? How often do you wash your hair? Because if you wash your hair like once a month, once every 2 weeks, that may not be enough, especially if you're using grease on a consistent basis. You may need to do once a week. And if you're monthly, yes, sis, you got to increase that. You got to increase your wash day. I really want to tell you once a week, but since you only wash your hair once a month, I would say you was an Oscar performer. Okay. Because you do monthly, I would say do twice a month and see if that helps. If that still doesn't help, then you may need to join the weekly washers. Come on, join us. Join the weekly washers. Seriously, but monthly is too little when you're using hair grease. So yeah, because you're definitely gonna experience a lot of buildup. And Elizabeth, to be honest, once you start increasing your wash days, you're gonna see an improvement in your hair growth, in your hair texture. Like your hair is going to improve because you have a layer of grease, sweat, oil, dirt, product buildup chilling on your scalp for 4 weeks. That's a long time, right? So by you increasing your wash day, you're giving your scalp a chance to breathe, to reset. And now it can like, oh, I can breathe. I can grow now, you know? So definitely try doing bi-weekly wash days once every 2 weeks and see if that works. But definitely increase it for sure. Hopefully that helps. How do you protect hair from exercise sweat drying hair out? Ooh, good question. So if I'm not a gym girly. I need to be, but I'm not. But if I was, I would always have, if I was a gym girly, if I was exercising like that, I would probably always have my hair in a bun when I work out, because having your hair in some type of formation will help to relax the hair, relax the curl. So number one, it doesn't shrink so easy, and you're able to maintain your style. But in regards to the dryingness, I always say this, witch hazel, Thayer's rose water witch hazel is going to be a game changer for you, because witch hazel is so hydrating for your skin, but also for your scalp as well. And the rose water one I love because it's like super, even more moisturizing, you know, and it dissolves sweat. So when you're working out on a Tuesday and your wash day ain't till Sunday, you can use the Thayer's Witch Hazel on your scalp to keep a clean, fresh scalp in the meantime until it's your wash day. You know what I'm saying? So I would recommend that. And I would even pair that with a scalp serum too, you know, to really help to prevent dry scalp. So that's what I would do if I was a gym girly. So hopefully that helps. Let me know how that works for you. You're so welcome. Oh man. You ever hear about berries healing the nervous system, causing hair to grow? I have not, but I wouldn't be surprised, because especially like blueberries they have amazing I can't even talk. Antioxidant properties, and they're also in that anti-inflammatory food. So I wouldn't be surprised if it does help in that area, you know, of healing the nervous system, you know. So yeah. I have very thin 4C hair and it has a lot of breakage along the strands. What can I do to fix this issue? I generally eat healthy, so I don't know what type of issue it is. Hey, Shanice, great question. So if you are experiencing breakage along the strands, what can you do to fix this issue? So 80% of the time, it's a lack of moisture. It could be protein. It could be protein as well. It could be that your hair is in a bit kind of weak, and it needs that protein. It needs that strength to be stronger to resist that breakage. So it could be protein, depending on how often you get protein treatments. Do you get protein treatments? If you don't get protein treatments, then I would start incorporating a lightweight protein treatment once a month into your regimen. This can be Apogee 2-minute reconstructorizer. This can be K18 leave-in mask that they have, you know. So it could be protein. If it's not protein, then it could be moisture. The first thing I would say is start increasing your deep conditioning. Once again, I don't know what your wash days are. Do you wash your hair once a month? How often you deep condition? How often you condition? All that plays a role. And then once again, in between your wash days, as I've said earlier in this video, my moisture cycle is every 2 days. I have to moisturize my hair like clockwork every 2 days, or I'm going to see breakage in the sink. My hair will be dry. And we have to look at our hair like our skin. I always say this, our hair is like our skin. We can't go long without putting lotion on our body because it's gonna be ashy. It's gonna be dry. So the same thing applies. Anybody got time to be out here with some ashy hair? Okay, so treat your hair like your skin and moisturize that thing, honey. Okay, so that's what I would do. So it probably is a lack of moisture. Let's say you're doing all the things. Let's say, Tanya, I'm doing my DC, I'm doing a protein, I'm doing the moisture cycle. What else could it be? It could be a lack of iron, because lack of iron in your body can lead to dry hair, leading to breakage. So it could be that too. So I would get your iron levels checked as well. My favorite iron supplement is Whole Blends Blood Builder. That stuff is the truth. It is so, and it's a natural iron supplement. Because some iron supplements, they give you like constipation and stuff like that, but this one don't do it. It don't do it. So, and to see more information about that, check out the link below, my Amazon store. You guys know I have everything in there. My supplements, you will see it there. Whole Blends Blood Builder. That's the iron supplement I highly recommend. So hopefully that helps, sis. Hopefully that helps. Okay. Viola says, is it okay to use a heat cap with the pre-shampoo light conditioner? Heat cap with the pre-shampoo light conditioner. Pre-shampoo. So basically like a conditioner prior to shampooing your hair. Is that what you're saying? You can do that. I mean, if I were you, I would do a Prepoo. I would use a coconut oil as like your Prepoo. That's what I would do. I'm not really a big fan of conditioner on pre-shampoo hair. I'm not really a big fan of it because if you think about it, the whole point of conditioner, like let's just go back to the science of things, right? So shampoos have cleansing surfactants, right? They can be anionically charged cleansing surfactants that are negatively charged, and sometimes they can be amphoteric, meaning they have a negative and a positive charge. These little negative charges, they do a great job at removing oil and dirt off the scalp and the hair, but they tend to lift the cuticle a little slightly, you know, like they leave the negative charges behind on the hair, which can make the hair feel kind of dull, you know, and once again, a little bit dry and lifting the cuticle. The whole point of conditioner is because conditioners have cationic conditioning ingredients. These are positively charged ingredients that, in a sense, neutralize or lay the cuticle down, leaving your hair feeling silky and smooth and soft. That's the whole point of the conditioner, to pretty much take care of what the shampoo kind of left behind. Hope that makes sense. So that's why I'm not a big fan of conditioner before shampoo, because technically it doesn't really make that much sense. But pre-pooing coconut oil, for example, would be a great addition, because once again, as I mentioned earlier, it helps to prevent hygrofatigue, moisture overload, which tends to happen on wash day, because that's when your hair experiences the most amount of moisture from the shower or the faucet if you do it under the faucet. So hopefully that answers your question. Hope that answers your question. So for the heat cap, I would use a Prepoo with the heat cap. I wouldn't use a light conditioner with that. But once again, Curly Chemistry 101, always do what works best for you. If that works for you, sis, stick with it. Okay. I am fading, and I'm fading fast. Okay, Tanya, is onion juice strengthens the weak hair follicle? I've seen some good. Okay, I don't want to say I've seen research, but I think I have seen a paper on that, on onion juice. So I would say yes. I would say onion juice can help to strengthen the hair and support hair growth. I can't remember the ingredient in there that activates the hair growth, but I think it's definitely worth trying. If you can get past the smell, that's the thing. But you could do it as a pre-treatment, like a pre-shampoo scalp treatment, where you put the onion juice on your scalp and put a shower cap on, let it sit for maybe like 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, and then proceed to your shampoo. But there are people out here who will be using onion oil. So that you want to use the onion oil, you got options. But if you can get past the smell, I think it can be very, very beneficial for sure. What's a protein treatment look like? What does a protein treatment look like? Physically look like? Physically, it can be a cream, it can be a liquid, but what you want to look for is hydrolyzed proteins, like hydrolyzed wheat protein, hydrolyzed keratin, I've seen hydrolyzed quinoa. I actually have hydrolyzed collagen. You want to look for peptides. Those would be like what I would look for in a protein treatment. Is dermarolling painful? It depends on the length of the needles that you're using. But I recommend starting small. I think the smallest one I recommend is like a 0.25. Yeah, 0.25. I think like the beginner one. Since the Apogee 2-minute formula now has more mineral oil, is it still effective? That's a great question. I would have to see the updated ingredient list to really give you an idea, because it depends where it is on the ingredient list. If it's like in the first 4 or 5 ingredients, then I would probably question its effectiveness, but I would have to see the list to confirm. I'm getting ready to get my hair done in a short crochet style. Should I do a protein treatment before the install? I would do a deep conditioning treatment for that. Because if you were getting like heat or coloring service done or relaxer, then I would say, heck yeah, do protein treatment. But for the crochet, your hair's gonna be kind of tucked away for a while. You want to give it as much moisture as possible. So I would do a really good deep conditioning treatment. If the deep conditioner has some protein in it, even better. But I would look for a really good deep conditioner. Shea Moisture Manuka Honey is really good. Eva NYC is super thick. It's in a pink jar. I posted it earlier this week on my Instagram. That's also a good option too. So yeah, you got some options there, but that's what I would do. I would definitely do that for sure. And make sure that your hair is thoroughly detangled. Like you can take a comb and go broop, broop, because if you can't do that, by the time homegirls start doing the thing and you start taking them out, when you take them out, you're going to have some tangles and you're going to have some matted hair. So make sure your hair is thoroughly detangled and moisturized. And that's what I would do. So yeah. I did a braid out and it was moisturized when I took it down. A few days later, it wasn't as moisturized. How do I go about keeping my hair moisturized in a humid climate? Ooh, in a humid climate, that's always tricky. So one thing I do when it gets really humid outside, like me, what I do, well, there's two things you can do. You can use a mousse because mousse has polymers that are very anti-humidity. So I would check out the Chief Rocka mousse or a lot of body Shea moisture, not Shea moisture, a lot of body Shea butter mousse. Those two are really good. So I would do like whatever your cream is for your braid out that you do, and then do mousse after the cream, and then maybe a lightweight oil to seal in that moisture. Or you can do hair grease. So I find that between the mousse or the hair grease, that helps to reduce that frizz, especially in high humid environments. So that's what I recommend. Because ideally, when it comes to humidity, you want to create a film on the hair that's not going to easily let all that moisture come into the hair to ruin your style, you know? But mousse with polymers, like the Chief Rocka mousse, a lot of body mousse, or hair grease, which is more of a heavier sealant to lock in that moisture to prevent that extra humidity come in, would be my two suggestions there. So yeah. All right, let's see. Do you have any recommendations for a one-year-old girl with sensitive skin? My daughter's hair is finally starting to grow, but it's dry in her crown. Ooh, yeah. So for her crown in the dryness, I would do the George's aloe vera juice I was talking about, because it comes in a spray bottle. You can get it off Amazon. I would spray that. Oh, the little baby, the crown. I would spray out her little hair, the little crown hair, massage it in, and then take a little bit of avocado oil, just a little bit, and then massage that in over the aloe vera juice. I would do that. As far as her skin, I'm always hesitant to suggest things for baby skin because, once again, I try to stay in my lane when it comes to the hair and the scalp. But I almost want to say aloe will also be a good option too. You know, I think aloe is just a universal. I think aloe is like God's gift to our skin, in my personal opinion. Unless you're allergic, then that's a different story. But I think that George's aloe vera can also be like a multi-use product for her hair, her crown, and also her skin as well. And then it may be worth going to a dermatologist too, you know, just to see, you know, what they recommend also. So yeah. But definitely the George's aloe vera juice on her scalp in that crown area to moisturize it, followed with avocado oil. Hopefully that helps. All right, let's see. Moisture cycle, question mark. Kia loves jewelry. Moisture cycle is how often you need to re-moisturize your hair. You may have a moisture cycle of every 3 days. Every 3 days, you got to re-moisturize and sew your hair. Mine is every 2 days. So that's what a moisture cycle is. I have a whole video on it here on YouTube. Just type in Curly Chemistry moisture cycle and you'll see the video and it'll pop up. Dr. Berg recommends onion juice. Yeah, I mean, I think it's worth trying out, especially if hair growth is the goal. Absolutely. You're welcome, Sophia. Are you trimming your ends? Girl, I need to. It's been a few months, so yes, I need to trim ends. Absolutely. What about coffee oil? I've seen it helps with hair growth. Coffee oil is also good too, because of the caffeine that helps to stimulate the blood flow to the dermal papilla. So coffee oil does help. But keep in mind too, you know, a lot of times these things, the results vary per person. So keep that in mind as well. Can you put omega-3 oil on your scalp? You know, I don't know, Joyce. Part of me wants to say yes, but then part of me is like, no, don't do it. But what I would do is flaxseed oil. That's what I would do. Flaxseed oil has a ton of, I think it has a ton of omega-3, but flaxseed oil would be a good option for the scalp for sure. So that's what I would do. Okay, let's see. We're almost done. Sort of, kind of. I was to get off at 7:45, but it's raining, so we'll talk a little bit more. Let's see. Can I do a deep conditioner while I have a sew-in? I don't know, girlfriend. I don't know. Because if you have a sew-in, like, and there's like no leave out, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think you could. I don't think you could. Prior to and afterwards, absolutely. But during, I wouldn't recommend it. How do I know if I need a protein versus a moisturizing conditioner? That's a good question. So once again, 80% of breakage and dryness is due to moisture. So that's why I condition my hair like 3-4 times a month. That other 20% is protein. So I do protein treatment once a month, right? Now, there are some telltale signs of when your hair needs moisture versus protein. Telltale sign for protein is you get in the shower and your hair is soaking wet, right? If your hair feels, and I always say this, if your hair feels like spaghetti, like overcooked spaghetti, you know how mushy and like it is? If your hair feels like that in the shower, more than likely you need a protein treatment for sure. You can also do the strand test. And that's basically taking like a piece of like shedded hair. I don't think I have any right now. Nope. That's that tea. The tea is working, y'all. I ain't got no shedded hair coming out. But seriously, take a piece of shedded hair next time you comb your hair. And you'll know it's shedded hair because it'll be the length of your hair. Breakage is always short pieces. It's always going to be little fragments of your hair, where shedded hair is longer pieces. And a lot of times there will be like a little white bulb at the end. Take that piece and pull it slightly. If it breaks immediately, you need moisture. Bad. But if you pull it and it doesn't break, but it just keeps pulling, and it doesn't come back to its original shape, you need protein. So those are like some telltale signs. But I find that a good ratio is just protein, lightweight protein once a month, and then the rest of those weeks, like when you do your hair, if you wash your hair weekly, let it be a moisturizing conditioner. So yeah. And also make sure you're getting protein in your diet too. Like if you, I don't know if you're in whatever, just make sure you're getting protein in your diet too, because that's also going to be a key factor for like your nails and your skin and your hair and all the things too. And that can be your protein shake, that can be meat, you know, get you some steak. Do you guys have a Firebirds near you? Firebird is some really good steak. If you have a Firebirds near you, go to Firebirds this weekend and get the Cajun butter steak. Get it medium well, or however you eat your steak. And it is, oh, sorry, I had a moment. It's so good. It's so good. Sorry, it's really good. Okay, let's see. Next question. What's the purpose of protein treatment? I answered that earlier, but basically our hair is made up of protein. This is good old protein, good old keratin. And basically, you know, our hair diminishes protein, or not our hair, different things that we do can diminish protein. So by us doing a protein treatment helps replenish, put that strength back into our hair. So that's what it does. It helps to fill in the gaps. Like there's any like damage to the cuticle from brushing, from combing, from the sun, you know, from chemical services, heat, you know, it leaves cracks along the surface of the cuticle. And these cracks can actually lead to breakage and moisture loss, but protein treatments help to fill in those gaps. It's like almost like patchwork in a sense, so that your hair can retain moisture and be stronger and not go into breakage. And then you got peptides, you got bonds, you got peptides that actually do deeper work. You have hydrolyzed proteins that actually penetrate deeper as well. So it just depends on the formula that you're using. But I think protein is essential, especially if you have textured hair. I'm just saying. All right, let's see. Okay. You're welcome. I'm so glad this is helpful. Okay. I said I'm on 5% like 20 minutes ago. I'm like on 3% now. So we're gonna close this out soon. Okay. Gillian Felix says, how often do you change your hairstyle? Once a week, once a month, or a year? You know what? My hairstyles are very low maintenance. It's rare that I do anything like, I am a twist out girl, a braid out girl, a bun girl. I am a headband wig girl. That's all I got. Every once in a while, I may pop out with like some real cute natural style, but it's rare. I do like passion twists. I can install some good passion twists. So I actually might do that within the next few weeks or so because it's summertime. But I just keep it simple and I just kind of do with what I do. What I feel, you know. So I would say it's not really a week, a month, or yearly thing. I just change it how I feel. So yeah. Okay. Hey, Curly Sloth, how are you, sis? I was going to try the Ethnic Gals low porosity product on my 4C very coarse hair. Do you think this would be beneficial for me considering my dry scalp issues? I want to try the serum you suggested. Yeah, I think so. The Ethnic Gals brand, I think that's a great brand to check out, especially for like if you have low porosity or high porosity hair. Now the low porosity hair, I think will still be fine. Well, you have coarse hair, 4C coarse hair. Yeah, I think that'd be fine because her products are very hydrating, very moisturizing. And even for like your dry scalp issue, I would still use the serum for sure. Her shampoo is moisturizing, so that may help also with your dry scalp issue. So if you want to try her shampoo and conditioner first and see how your scalp feels before getting a serum, you can do that too. Olaplex has a pretty good purple shampoo. Thank you, Ebony. Thank you for adding that. My hair is so dry, like parched corn. Even when I'm oiling the scalp, it's still dry. I don't know if it's because I have a 3-month-old baby. Well, I don't want to butcher your name, sis. So I'm gonna call you T. Okay, I'm gonna call you T. What is your moisturizing routine, sis? You know, I hear oil, but oil alone ain't gonna do it. It's not going to do it. You need a water-based product. You need a water-based liquid or a water-based cream to get the job done, and then use that oil. So I would recommend checking out my moisture cycle video here on YouTube. I think that'd be really helpful for you, for sure. And if you don't have my natural hair care regimen builder, get that. I'm gonna put that in the chat. I'm gonna put it in the chat. All right, where is it? Here it is. Okay. All right, let me go ahead and put it. Bam, there it is. If you don't have that free, it's free. As can be. It's a free guide, okay? And it will literally help you create a regimen. Now, it's not like meeting one-on-one with your girl with a hair care coaching call. That's a whole nother level, okay? But for those just starting out, you know, that's a good starting point. So definitely check that out for sure. All right, let's see. Answer that, answer that, answer that, answer that, answer that. Can a person be allergic to aloe vera juice? Absolutely. I think a person can be allergic to anything. So yes. What does a split end look like? Ooh, I don't have a paper with me, and I like to do graphics. I like to draw, but basically, a split end looks like this. It looks like that. Wait, it looks like that. It's like your hair is split. Like you can Google this, sis, but you know it looks like a hair that's split. You know, so when you see that, cut it, girl. Your price is way too high. You need to cut it. Like, cut it. Cut it. That's a reel. I'm gonna do a reel on that song. Seriously, just go ahead and cut it. Okay, let's see. You look tired, girl. I am. That's okay. I'm getting some good rest tonight. I purchased a TGIN butter cream daily moisturizer. Have you tried this product? No, I have not. I have not tried that product, but TGIN makes pretty good products, so I think they're worth checking out for sure. Ooh, yes, Sophia, I am sleepy. I need to go to bed. Okay, let's do 3 more questions. Actually, I need to eat, and then I need to go to bed, but it's after 8 o'clock. Okay, anyway, let's do 3 more questions, and I'm going to hop off because I don't want to fall asleep on you guys. But I'm so glad you guys are here. Are you guys enjoying this in my I'm sorry I'm not like 110% like I normally am, but it's been a long day. It's been a very long time. Thank God tomorrow's Friday. Happy Juneteenth again, guys. Happy Juneteenth. Did you guys have off today, or did you have to go to work? Camille Rose, Mary, Daily Strengthening Mist. I haven't tried that product, but I do like Camille Rose. She has a really good hair gel too. The curl maker is really good. Can continue use of permanent hair color dye cause your hair to turn gray if you're not already? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. That's interesting. Hair dye eventually causing your hair to become gray. I haven't seen that, but I wouldn't say it's not impossible. That is interesting. Can you give some examples of good hair detanglers? Yeah. Apogee Pro Vitamin Leave-In Conditioner, my favorite detangler. So good. Aussie Moist Miracle Curls Leave-In Conditioner. So good. What's that other product? I can't think of the name. Pattern Beauty has a detangling nectar that's also pretty good too. But I really like the Apogee Pro Vitamin Leave-In Conditioner because it has silicone in it. And I don't care what nobody says, silicone is the bomb. And it's so good. And it gives you some amazing slip. So that would be my go-to. By the way, sis, I'm twisting my hair now using the Apogee Shea Pro Moisturizer. This stuff is the truth. It is so good. And it's such an underrated product. Like nobody be knowing about the Apogee Shea Pro Leave-In. Like that stuff is the so good. So I'm glad you're using it. I'm glad you like it. How fast does your hair tea stop hair shedding? That's a great question. So it depends on everyone's hair for sure. I've seen clients where they're like, my hair stopped shedding after one use. So it depends. I've seen it stop shedding, like excessive shedding for me after one use. So it just depends on everyone's hair for sure. Great question. Does drinking nettle tea help with hair growth? It can. But Nubian Queen, if I were you, I would be drinking my tea. Drink my hydrating herbal tea because you're getting 8 herbs. You're not getting just one herb. You're getting 8 amazing herbs, all science-backed hair growth herbs that are great for the hair, the scalp, and your body as well. So I would check out my tea. Add some honey. Woo! So good. What are your thoughts on restyling during the week? I'm going to put my little glasses on. Maybe my glasses make me look more alert. Do I look more alert? Are we more alert now? Are we more studious? Do we look less tired? Okay, seriously. Speaking of that, what are your thoughts with restyling during the week, with remoisturizing? I do it all the time. All the time. Like last night, I did a braid out, but then the humidity got to me. It is what it is. So I'm probably not going to do my hair tonight. The way I'm feeling, how tired I am, I'm not going to do my hair tonight. But you can absolutely restyle, remoisturize during the week. I do that all the time. All the time. Okay. What's the name of the iron supplement that I recommend? Whole Blends Blood Builder. Whole Blends Whole Blend Blood Builder. That one I recommend. These glasses are actually really dirty. Are you going to save this video? Yes, I'm absolutely going to save this video for sure. Any tips for growing long hair past menopause? Lifestyle changes for sure. Low carb diet, anti-inflammatory diet, scalp massages, hair growth oil with your scalp massages, keeping it with a good consistent hair care routine, being gentle with your hair, no tight styles, no crazy tension, none of that. I think that's going to be like the game changer for sure. And if you can look for ways to like balance your hormones, that'd be ideal. You can talk to your doctor. There's also natural alternatives as well, like using Dong Quai, Chastity Tree Berry, for example. A good resource I love is Dr. Berg, Dr. B-E-R-G, here on YouTube. He has some amazing insight on just balancing the hormones like naturally. So I would check him out too. Yes, Lord. Those staff tried bothering me on the phone and via email. I'm not available. It's Juneteenth, okay? Out of office. Okay, TGIN butter is bomb. Ooh, okay. Yes, Shea Pro leave-in. How much is your tea? My tea is $32. $32, and it lasts you for almost 4 months. So keep that in mind. But you know what? Let me give you guys a, because we're here tonight and you guys have been rocking with me for almost an hour and a half, maybe. I don't even know what time it is. I'm so tired. Use code if you want. Use code CC. Oh, someone's at my door. We gotta go. CC15 to get 15% off. It's my mom. She's hanging out with me tonight. I think that's my mom. Hold on, let me see who am I though. Can't be assumus. All right, where's the ringing? Oh yeah, that's her. I think that's her. Yeah, that's her. Okay, she's about to come in. All right, guys. I think we're good. Yes, Dr. Burke is the truth. All right, guys. I love you guys so much. My hair is damaged. Has short patches. I just shave it off. You could shave it off. You could definitely do that for sure, and just start all over. Because hair, it will regrow. So yeah, you're welcome. I love you guys so much. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you guys for rocking with me. I'll see you guys next Thursday on Instagram. You got it? Okay. You want to say hi to the YouTube folk? Huh? She said, "Huh? Never mind." No, I'm wrapping up now. You don't gotta say hi, or you can just say hey. Okay. No, like you don't have to come on camera. You can just say hi. Like I can just hear you. They can hear you say hi. Hello. Perfect. All right. I love you guys. I'll talk to you guys soon. I absolutely need a vacation. Absolutely. I'm gonna go get some rest. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Hello, Tanya Redding says hello, Mom. Hi. She says hi. I was talking about you earlier too. I was talking about how like you have, I don't want to say it, you have menopause. You ain't recording. You can't be recording. Huh? No, it's okay because it helps people. Because I have women on here who also are dealing with all the things. And I was telling them how you use the red light helmet and you do massages. Is there anything else that you do that has helped you with your hair growth? Because your hair is growing thicker. Okay. She's shy. It's okay. I am recording. I'm live. Okay. No, it's okay. You know what? We'll have you come back. We're gonna have her come back because I do want her to share her journey. Because you can encourage other women and men too who are going through the changes. You know. So yes, you have to come back, and we're gonna have it set up, and you're gonna give them all the gems. And I want you to show them before and after photos and all the things. Okay? Sure. Did you promise? No. She's gonna come back. All right, guys, I love you. Yes, they was like, we need your mom on live. Someone said she must be so proud of you. Are you proud of me? Extremely. She's proud of me. Okay, let me go, guys, because I'll keep talking. I love you guys so much. She'll be back, and she's going to talk about her journey, her hair growth journey, and all the things. All right. Love you guys. Have a wonderful night, a blessed weekend. Happy Juneteenth once again. For those just joining, I'm going to keep this live up so you guys can watch it from the beginning. I'm going to get some rest. I love you guys. Okay. Bye.